Yo, what is up guys, Just Rick here. Just had a practice run of this. I don't know why, because all I'm doing is farming some dimensional bosses here on Blazing Battlefield. I guess you could say we're doing another just story time, I guess, or whatever. We're just going to be farming dim bosses for a while, so obviously it's just going to be this dungeon and me blabbing as usual in these videos here. So I guess we should ask, hey, what's going on everybody? Oh man, I wanted to show off. I did the practice recording, so I wouldn't forget this, and I forgot it anyway. So we're going to start off. I want to show you guys something cool before we get to the next part of this dungeon, which has the mobs. If you're farming for the rare mob, this is actually pretty important. So we're going to kill these guys so they don't fucking kill me while I'm explaining this. Alright, if you want an easy way to... That's not the right thing. If you want an easy way to list the rare mobs, just type in Elite Necros Mage, I think. Type it in correctly with proper capitalization and put that in the system chat window. Elite Necros Mage, right? There you go. Hit apply. And now if you look at the system window on the right, you will see only chats from the Elite Necros Mage. And that's actually going to be really helpful because now I don't have to actually keep track of which Necros Mage has been talking. So it's actually really nice, especially when I'm doing this shit where I'm like commentating the whole time. I don't have time to realize which mobs are there. So it's actually a really nice little way to have the system itself list what mobs are spawning for you. So that's a tip I learned from Noct, and shout out to Noct for telling me that. And here we go. That was weird. I thought the mobs didn't spawn till a little bit later. A little bit lag, I guess you could say. But yeah, by the time you guys see this video, I've already have a speed run of this video up. I already have the gear test up. So now this is just me actually doing the dungeon. So that's just a little heads up on that. I don't know what it is, but I've gotten a really huge love for this class, like revitalization. I think for a long time I was leveling my gunslinger and I was like, yeah, this is going to be the best class ever, and it is. I still think it's like freaking OP as shit, but at the same time I don't think I like playing it on it very much, even though it's like really strong, and really is just because, oh no, no, really it's just because I think I just like melee classes that much more, you know, just more fun to me. And, you know, a lot of the skills are like super powerful in Gunslinger, but it's just the AoEs aren't as fun and the skills aren't as cool. So anyway, guys, what we were talking about at the bottom right, you can see the chats. Now, if you know what the chats correspond to, you'll know exactly which ones to hit in what order. Which, I'm not going to go over that right now, but they say the same thing every time. So if you can associate what they say, you'll know what mob it is. So, boom, bam, bam. Cool. I appreciate it. People are PMing me right now while I'm trying to do this, but shit. Always freaking no. I missed a soul quartz right there, so didn't get the rare mob. I actually got a rare mob on the practice run, so that's nice. And we got ice shoe as well. And I'm farming those up. I got a ton of basically a ton of resources for that, and I'm going to be able to craft a ton of perfect weapons, which is going to be nice because I'm going to go and ahead and craft like a master. I'm going to try to do it, so I'm going to need a ton of perfects. Don't know if I should do that or just even out the perfects that I get and give it to like all of my characters, which I think that's another viable strategy I could do, which is awesome. I mean, I don't know really if I'm going to be playing my other characters as much. I've geared out, I think, 4 characters and full perfects, and I don't know, like, I obviously don't have enough time in the day to use 4 characters worth of stamina, and they're weekly. So far, I've done pretty well with this Blademaster. I've loved playing him so much that I usually use all his stamina. And I can't say that about any of my other classes, especially not my Guardian. My Gunslinger has kind of died down as well. Although when I get to doing harder dungeons, I guess that will change. And right now, I'm going to be doing the same solo duo strategy. What happened? Where's the party list? Where's the party list? Dude! You guys can't even see what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to be doing the same solo duo strategy, except this time I'm going to be bringing my Berserker, which is going to be helpful for me because my Berserker doesn't have the General Manos title. And if you guys didn't know, that also counts for killing him if you do this whole last minute thing that I've been explaining almost every time I do one of these dungeons, where basically I can have a party member join the boss fight even though he's not actually here, and he can get, oh wow, I got a perfect, a rare belt. But he can join the instance and get the count as if he killed the boss. So that's actually really helpful when you need to kill this guy 100 times. You can kind of leech off of somebody else, which my Berserker is doing exactly that. He doesn't have to do the dungeon, and he gets the kill count. This also works for quests, and it's kind of weird because EXP, you only get EXP if you're within range. Although if you want to get kills, it works globally. So if a mob dies, say for a quest, or for in this instance, killing a boss for a title, it counts no matter where you are on the map. So you could be at the start of the dungeon, and if you kill the boss, it'll count for that. So. I can quit talking. Just say if you want me to stop. That I don't want to tell people to stop talking to me, guys. But I am in the middle of recording. Recording now. There, I'll make that face. That should be enough. Anyway, like I said, that strategy is very useful. I think I'm gonna make a whole guide video on that, and I keep explaining it. Every chance I get while I do this, but I think a formal video would help people understand why I like using it and why it's so important to me. It's so important to me. I guess I just don't like wasting time when I don't need to. So, especially, I mean, I cannot stress how important this is in a guild, because I can get more than one person to just leech off of one run, saving so much time, saving infinite amounts of time. Yeah, I cannot stress that enough. And again, we don't have to worry about noticing what the Necros mages are saying, because it is logged by the system automatically, and thus we can not even have to worry about it till we actually get to the room. So I really love that. Shout out again to Nock for telling me that, or whoever found that trick out, because it is sick. So I just asked, should probably ask, what's up, everybody? I haven't uploaded anything in a while, and I think I should rightly explain why. Well, the very easy answer is the Thanksgiving break is Thanksgiving break is coming up soon, so teachers figure, okay, well, we gotta dump all the fucking quizzes before then, because after which you're not gonna remember shit when you come back. So that's why they're trying to get all the tests and stuff out, which is fine by me. I think I did pretty well on all the tests I've taken so far. So that has been going on. I've also been working on other stuff outside of just recording, and basically doing a lot of testing, I guess you could say. Just playing around a lot. So have other games lined up. Okay, that was kind of a bad way to intro into that, but I have been playing other games, and they haven't been MMOs. So after I check this out real quick, I'll explain that. Power of Heaven, that's this one. Choking Stench of Hell, Poison Them All, that's going to be this one. Freeze by the Power, Colder Than, yeah, that one. And then Flame, that's that one. And, you know, like I said, kind of a bad segue, but I have been testing out other games, and that has been kind of fun, you know. And usually I just play these games on my own. I don't bother recording, but this year, I guess you could say, I recorded it this time, and I think I did a pretty good job on that. So over the Thanksgiving break, I'm not going to have my PC. I'm just going to visit my parents for the Thanksgiving weekend, which is going to be for a little while. I'm not going to have my desktop, so I'm recording a few things in advance, and when I get back, I'll see, or while I'm over there, I'll see how you guys like it. I basically did a... I don't know if I should spoil it. I did a playthrough of a game. It'll be a quick one, like a few videos long. And if you guys tell me how you like it, and we'll go from there, I guess. It's a game that I love a lot, and I play basically every year. And this year I decided, you know what, I should record it. And so, yeah, it's gonna be basically a Let's Play, I guess. And that's different from all the other content, so I'm just putting it out there that over Thanksgiving break, you guys are gonna see something that isn't an MMO. So just shout out to that. And again, I really kind of want to ease into that because I do play a lot of other games, and if you guys are interested in that, well, by all means, I have no problem doing that because I play them either way. It's just a matter of if I'm recording them or not. Oh man. And didn't get the spawn again, but we're going to be bringing that Berserker in. He's going to quickly be able to get this. Oh, come on, where are the groups? He's going to quickly be able to get this title for the General Manos Dominator. Gonna give him some serious strength. Gonna be nice. Alright. And that was one storm wheel win, man. Shit is broken. Yeah, man. Man, I love this class so much. I don't know. I can't explain it, man. Just this. I think it's the skill books that are making the class right now because people asked last time how to activate that. That is the skill book effect for the counter smash. You can activate it as well as get another hit, additional hit on top of it, which it does some freaking broken damage. I think it's probably the highest damage I can do. Deeps, I guess you could say. Just straight up tear up. I think I could tear up the dimensional boss's shield in one go, which, okay, halfway in one go. So that freaking counter smash is no joke. I also have to mention, I got my thumbnails back. It's not like I got them back, I remade them. And usually what I do with those thumbnails, I don't know if you guys realize, they are just a template. And the thing is, if you spend a lot of time and effort into making that template usable and reusable, then you'd never have to worry about it again. Which was super awesome for me. Up until, because I spent like maybe a freaking week making all the different kinds of freaking thumbnails and cut in pictures that I wanted to do. I made it super awesome, and it was like exchangeable and shit like that. And then when I got into making the UG guide, somewhere along the lines, I ended up deleting all of them, like forever. And that I did it on accident. I don't know where it happened, when it happened, but by the time I finished the project, I didn't have it anymore. So that was like for a good couple months. You guys realized I didn't have any thumbnails. Now I have remade it since then. That took like a weekend. Haven't made all of them. Especially haven't made all of the ones that I made during the UG guide. Which, let me tell you, since that project was so freaking hard and so much more production value than all my other videos, I think I'm actually more sad that I lost those than I lost the thumbnails. Even though, you know. And now I'm starting to talk about stuff that you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just saying there's a lot of graphical things that I've spent a lot of time on, and I lost them all, and I've been rebuilding them in my spare time. So overall, that's just gonna help production value be much better, I guess you could say. Pudding. And that's especially so when it starts coming into the UG guide, which I have left hanging for like 2 months now. I'm building it back up, guys. I already had a few scripts already written up for it. Like I said, I think when I started the guide, I already had all these guides already set up. It's just the shooting and the editing is really what I'm scared of doing. Oh, you got a wild topaz. Too bad that's fucking useless. And so, like I said, I'm building those back up. Freeze, power of heaven. There you go. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, check out the very beginning of the video. And did we get another rare mob? That's what I'm talking about. Check out the beginning of the videos where I set up that system. Best thing I've found is to just do not launch this person. And we got another ice shoes, which you guys didn't see me get the first ice shoes, but that was in my practice run, so we got 2 already. Doing pretty good on the rare mob front, not very well on the dimensional mob. Like I said, I think I said, I usually get like 2 or 3 dimensionals in my full stamina bar, which is not bad considering I get a rare book every single time I do that. So, So yeah, pretty excited that I'm building up my graphics library again, and especially my templates. Really excited about that. what else am I excited for? I know I'm excited for something else. But dang, that hurt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be trying another game, except this time it's not gonna be American. I really wanted to avoid doing this, and it's not a new game by any means, but because I only had made a few videos on it. But I am gonna be trying to get into the Chinese Drag or DFO, and quite possibly play with a friend of mine, Barad. You probably know him, and we're gonna try that game out. Probably get a few videos out, because especially him, I've missed it. He has been like having withdrawal symptoms because he hasn't been able to play the game ever since it shut down here in North America. So we're going to be trying to get into the Chinese version. I'm not going to be taking it too seriously, just because I don't like playing any other versions that aren't American. I mean, C9 was the only game where I was like, I need to play this game. And so when it released in Korea, I freaking, you know, I did everything possible to try and get into that server, including get banned multiple times because, as far as I know, that kind of shit is not legal. But we're not going to be talking about that. Basically, I'm just saying yeah, we're going to be trying the Chinese DFO, and that's all I'm going to say on that. So maybe some videos coming up here in the future. Want to see my Asura back in action, but there's also new classes that never got released here in the US that I really want to try out, including the female Slayer. And I think that's basically what I'm going to test out, even though I realize DFO is probably not going to be coming back. And I've heard, you know, I made that one video, update video on DFO where I basically said it was shutting down. And then a lot of people responded to me that, you know, weren't subscribers or were new to the channel. And they were like, hey man, I didn't know you talked about DFO. And I was like, yeah, I didn't very much. I started talking about it right when they decided to shut down. And yeah, they've been asking me to do like petitions and stuff to try to get it back, or to have Nexon host it or some other company host it. And that's really wishful thinking and not impossible if you ask me. It's totally possible to get DFO back and running again. It's just somebody has to see it as a viable option to do it. And right now, I can't think of an alternative company that wants to try DFO. Despite it being extremely popular over there, overseas in the East, I don't know how well it's going to be received here. It obviously wasn't the first time. I think when the game actually initially came out, it was very well received and was probably one of Nexon's top games aside from their MapleStory game. But I don't know what happened with them handling the game so badly near the end. I don't know on that. So they had more than enough resources, and I know they promoted the game a lot, but I don't know what happened near the end where they just stopped releasing content and stuff like that. They just lost interest, I guess. Who knows? But not really gonna get into the whole game company thing because so many people have like opinions about that, especially about WebZen, and I hear it almost every day, so it kind of gets old when you talk to me about it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't know. And quite frankly, I'll just start out definitively by saying that I've tried as a player, mind you, as a player, tried my hardest to get C9 promoted and get people interested, and most importantly, get people to know content of the night, C9, you know. And I think that's the main factor here, is the fact that it shouldn't just be me that's promoting the game, guys. I mean, as much as I love making videos and as much as I love people playing the game because they've seen my videos, I just don't think that a player such as myself should be the only one saying such good things about the game. Which, as far as I've heard, and people have agreed with my opinion on this, C9 is probably one of the best MMOs ever made, and I just don't feel like that's being said enough, quite frankly. I mean, I'll say it every day. But, yeah, I'm just convinced that not a lot of people know about the game. That's just the fact of the matter. And despite whatever you got to say about WebZen as a company, I still don't think they're as bad as other companies. And that doesn't mean I have nothing to complain about. I have plenty of things to complain about. But despite that being said, I still try to get people to play the game, and I think that's the best a player can hope to do. I've tried everything. Became a volunteer in the game, trying to help people, help the community a little bit more. And I just don't feel that that same kind of sentiment is reciprocated amongst the community. I think a lot of people do a lot of complaining and not a lot of helping. So, I mean, I don't know. Feels like I'm a lot of the work that I do, that being volunteer, you know, all that stuff is undone partially by the community, mostly by the QQ, and not a lot of the helping. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. And again, gonna try my hardest to bring C9 up, because like I said, and a lot of people agree with this opinion, I still think, despite what everybody says, C9 is still the greatest MMO game out there on the market. And again, like I said, not being said as much. So leave your comment below, because I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot to say on that. And trust me, trust you me, I've said it before. But I've said it and heard it before, trust me. So without getting too much into detail, let's just say I know where you're coming from, but I've heard it before. I almost guarantee it. So no, I'm interested in your opinion though. Anyway, we're going to be bringing our Zerky back into the mix. And I know this is like a lot of topics to go over in this time, but I've used up half of my stamina. And I don't know how long this fucking recording is. Probably like 30 minutes already. So story time part 2, I guess. I don't even know the topics I've talked about today. So we're going to be doing one more dungeon though, guys. I've run out of things to say about that. And I'm almost certain there's going to be some people out there who've got to defend themselves about the WebZen claim, because I know some people's got some things to say. But anyway, picking up these freaking, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be even going to extreme mode with this guy. I know I can do it. I'm as strong as some of the other Blademasters that we've gone to do extreme with. It's just maybe I have to get some spell stones to increase my damage in that one region, which again, I'm not sure. I think it's Sealed Flamelands as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So if it is, I can increase the damage by a lot by getting some spell stones that I already have. And like I said, guys, last run if we get it or not, which quite frankly, I'm getting some pretty bad luck. I usually get, like I said, 2 or 3 times with the stamina. We'll see what we can get with this guy. Son of a bitch. You didn't even do it for the viewers, man. So I should mention, I have been leveling in my spare time, been leveling another Blademaster. He got to level 60 yesterday, which is my goal level. I wanted to get him to 60 mainly because I wanted him to put on some perfect armor. In which case, I wouldn't have to power level him anymore. He's going to be strong enough to do anything pretty much solo after you can get to level 60. And it's usually the case. Level 60 is a really nice level because of the perfect armor. And it's just such a big jump from probably the armor you had previously that you really can do these dungeons solo afterwards. And I've done a terrible job here at the start. So yeah, usually my goal is to try to get all my characters level 50. If I'm never going to play them again, I'll leave them there. And then if I plan on playing them again, I'll get them to 57, which I think is the hardest jump in the game, is those 7 levels from 50 to 57. But if I can get through there, I like stopping them at least at level 57, because that's when they can use their skill books. And because I've been doing these dimensional farms for so long, I've actually picked up a ton of skill books for all of my other classes. And so they're kind of just sitting in storage, taking up space. So hopefully I can get them to 57 soon, so they can equip those skill books. I want to see how well they do in PvE with them now. Since I'm making this library for them, they might as well just use them. I've determined that my next class I'm going to be making, in fact, is going to be a Taoist. Or I have it level 50, going to be doing a little bit of 4th continent farming soon here, so I can get it to 57, because I think I got every freaking skill book rare grade on that one, on the Taoist, because That's how the luck has drawn it such way. And I think I like Talus. I can appreciate the Talus. It's not very well known. I don't think a lot of people use physical Talus, and that's the one I have. Physical Talus in dungeons. I don't want to try to check it out, see how well they do, because quite frankly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be stronger than most Talus, because not everybody has the full skill book effect, or rares for that matter. And I forgot what I was doing. I was looking at the chat. That's freeze by the power, power of heaven, scorching power of flame, and poison them all. And if you turn up the quality, you can probably see the words better. You guys can see what I'm looking at, and you can determine what mobs they are by looking at the chat. But I should mention that, you know, I've complained so much about YouTube like screwing my renderings up. If you guys watch the videos in HD, though, I think the HD quality is really, really good. You can actually see the chat. It's just a 360 or whatever the hell it is, 300 whatever p is just not that clear. And when you have things like moving and fast, blurry, like most of this game, it kind of borks out a little bit. So again, try to, if you want to see like better detail, try the video in HD, because it really does look quite clear if you do that. And I've got it as clear as I possibly can using like the best settings and the best recording settings ever to try and get this video looking good for you guys. So that's about as good as I'm going to get with that. And again, HD looks phenomenal. So I don't think anybody's complained about the quality. I am one of those guys who complains about the quality, like just because I'm the one who made it. So there you go. Just a little tidbit of information. And we're going to be doing our last run here, so hopefully we can get a dim boss so I can show you guys how freaking strong this guy is. Because he is no joke. I'm not kidding here. He can do this by himself at this point, which I'm really excited for. Not a lot of people can do that. And no, we did not get a dim boss, so sorry guys. Maybe I'll be able to edit one in if I get one later on today, but in this recording here, we just didn't get lucky. So we still got 63 stamina. That should account for like 4 or 5 more runs, which is cool. You know, I could deal with that. And if not, I guess we can come here on my Blademaster, or excuse me, my Gunslinger, and do the same thing. It's just not gonna be as fun. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe.